When I was a young boy, I was often looking at the painting of my father. He painted landscapes, and I was amazed by looking at his skill. And sometimes he asked me to paint the clouds in his painting. He gave me a brush, and then I dipped the brush into white paint and moved it over the already blue sky. And that was amazing to me, because it seemed to me so easy. Clouds can take any form, they are amorph. And so whatever you do, it's always good. You can't make any mistake. And then, since then, art catched me. And it never left me. Later, speaking about art, I attended several academies. However, I did not learn too much from the rather conservative teachers that time. But it was an amazing time. It was the 60s, with its music and the beautiful girls and the parties. So it was a wonderful time. And then I was interested in international contemporary art, and I visited many galleries in Europe and in the United States, and visited the Documenta, a world exhibition, each 5 years. And so I saw many, many paintings and art pieces from the big painters like Picasso, Max Ernst, Francis Bacon. And then, slowly on, came a new period, what is called the postmodern period, since the late 70s until now. We are in a new period. And then, I was looking about my own paintings. I did many, hundreds of paintings and drawings. And I saw that what I did was just a footnote about what already has been done in the 20th century. And so I could only looking back in an ironic investigation. And I thought I had to do something new, but I didn't know what. And then suddenly I had a dream, a nightly dream, a strange dream. I could not forget the next morning. It was a dream about a little line piece in outer space. I was thinking about that. I could not leave that. And then I made a textual art piece called A Line in Outer Space, visible from Earth with the naked eye at clear nights. And that was that. In that time it was a kind of fashion to just use text in art. And this was that. A textual art piece. And I published this to my colleagues and to curators worldwide by press agencies. In that time there was no internet yet, so press agencies were the way to let people know about what you're doing. And it was, of course, a curious idea. A little bit crazy. It frightened me a bit, thinking about space from out of the world of the art. Okay, military scene is using space and commercial broadcasting companies, but from out of the art, thinking about space. I'm a small man without too much money and thinking about space. I had to find a solution. And the solution was, in that time, to simulate. Virtual reality didn't even exist, but I went to technical university to ask if they could animate something for me, like a line moving in weightlessness. And immediately I was welcome. It was 1986. then they helped me with big computers in that time. When you look at computers now, it's small, but in that time a computer was big, and the knowledge to operate these computers was complicated, and I didn't know anything. But they helped me at technical university, and they animated objects as I asked them, wireframes, and let them move like objects in weightlessness. And I was amazed by objects in weightlessness. And then I realized that when you think about space, if it is real space or cyberspace, cyberspace did not really exist in that time, the name cyberspace, but actually it was there, of course. It was the electronic space, the space in the computer. When you think about space, then I realized you think about high technology. You can't come into outer space without high advanced technology. And you can't explore cyberspace without advanced technology. And that was amazing also to me. Because in the art scene, technology was out of the box. Everybody was looking backwards into history in an ironical way. And I did not feel good with that, because I felt that there was a kind of revolution coming. And it came with the internet. And then knowledge came to me, because I was one of the first who could use the internet and could get software and knowledge. And then slowly on I thought, Earth is done. We are going to explore cyberspace as a stepping stone to space. And space was had my really interest. And then later I discovered the possibility to develop your own satellite. Imagine, your own satellite. I discovered a company who was selling container satellites with inside a computer and inside cameras and some space for your own experiment. And what should you do when you buy such a set? And you buy not only the set but also the launch. So then you develop the set, send it back to the company, and they launch your set into space. That's what I wanted. And slowly on, I was going on the way to realize such a project. And the first step was to design and to find people who could help me. And I had already very good connections to Technical University Delft, and they have also a space research faculty. And first I had to design. And my virtue was already virtual reality. I could design 3D modeling. I could work with 3D modeling. I said, oké, nu even stop.